Just a few things here. First, the first NarniaWeb Audio Commentary for Prince Caspian is online. Hopefully not the last one. Hopefully we'll do more. But what you do is you go to NarniaWeb and find the download link and you download the audio file. Me, Rillian, and Jim Fan, we synchronized our movies and we watched Prince Caspian together. Well, not together, but at the same time, and then recorded our thoughts as we were watching the movie. Then we took that audio file and we put it online, and now if you follow instructions, you can synchronize that with your movie at home. So you can watch Prince Caspian and listen to us talk about it just like a commentary that you have on a DVD. And it's just taken us a long time to do. I think it's been at least a few months since we really started actually working on it, like doing tests and seeing if it would work. But it's really been a while since Rillian and I have been talking about for, I think it might have been the beginning of this year, maybe before that, where we kind of said, I wonder if it would be possible to watch the movie and have people in different time zones, communicate, and how would you synchronize their movies, and then could you record that, and would anyone really care to listen to that? And it was just a few months ago that Rillian had a great idea that made it a lot easier, and then the existence of the digital file for Prince Caspian also made it a lot easier. So there's a number of things that kind of came together just before the Caspian DVD came out, just at the right time, so that we could do this. And then we recorded it on December 5th, which was just over a year and 1 day after the first Caspian trailer came out, actually. And I had an absolute blast talking about it. And then because we'd never done anything like this before, and it took a long time to figure out, and then it took about a month really, and had to kind of mix it and edit it. Now that we've got all this first one out of the way, if we do more, I think it's going to be a lot easier. But the plan right now, the hope is to do more with different people, and if depending on how much people like it and how popular they are, keep doing more. But the reason I say that depends on how much people like it is because they really do take a long time to do. I mean, if it just took a few days, we'd probably just do a bunch. But it takes a lot of time and effort to put together. And so please go to NarniaWeb. On the left-hand side of the homepage, you'll see a link that says DVD/Blu-ray. Click that and you'll see a link to the commentary. So download it and make sure you follow the instructions for how to synchronize it. Now that's really important to me that you synchronize it, because if you don't synchronize it with your movie, you might be hearing me say, "Oh, I love this scene, it's awesome," and since you're not synchronized, it's showing the kiss. So please, this is probably important to Rillian and Jim Fan as well. Please, for the sake of my reputation, for all of our reputations, please synchronize, follow the instructions, try to synchronize your movie. Unfortunately, you can't do it for a non-US DVD. I'm working on a version right now. I don't think it's possible to synchronize it perfectly with a non-US DVD, the version I'm working on now, but I'm hoping to make a version where it's at least pretty close, because right now they can't even watch it at all. It would be so off, but I'm hoping to see if I can get it within a few seconds so that they can still watch it even if it's not perfect. But so please listen to the commentary. I'd really appreciate your feedback. I mean, it was really a few years ago, just after Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe came out. I was voice chatting with some NarniaWebbers, and one of them pointed his webcam at Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which he was watching on DVD, and we just at first we were just kind of joking about it. Then we started talking about it, like, "Oh, I love this scene," or "Oh, I don't like how they did this." And next thing you know, 2 hours later, we've just talked about the whole movie together. And started saying, "Wow, would it be possible to record this? And could you sync it up with people's movies? And would anyone really care to listen to that kind of thing?" And at the time, we thought about it, and it didn't really seem possible. And now, like just in time for the Caspian DVD release, we figured out how we could do it. And huge thanks to Rillian, that he's really the big technical brain behind all this, who figured out how to do it. And but either way, even if no one likes it, even if it doesn't work, I had an absolute blast recording it, and I know Rillian and Jim Fan did as well. And but I'm hoping that people enjoy it, and that it technically that all works out, and then we'll make more with different people, and then eventually do one for The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I'm gonna use the same transition I just used in the podcast, and hopefully we'll get to record a Dawn Treader one day. Now, just as I was getting ready to record this video, a wise woman sent me a message and said, "Oh my gosh, have you seen the latest spy report?" And I hadn't, so I looked into it, and it just came in a few minutes ago. So I checked the spy reports, and Candy had just sent us, alerted us to a blog post from the Los Angeles Times which gives a lot of hope. Now, if you watch my last video, you know that I've thought that Uncharted is going to get made, but it's still like, wow, like the wheels really are turning, even though it feels like there's no news. There are things going on behind the scenes, and basically this article claims to have the secret history behind why Disney decided to drop Narnia. And it says that we could get an announcement from Walden Media as early as later this week about what's going on. And it says that some studios like Fox, Warner Brothers, and Sony have expressed interest. And so this article is it's a really great article. Read the entire thing. Like I put some highlights there just to to kind of simplify it. But read the entire article. It's a really interesting read. But so maybe we won't. Maybe Starcat was saying, I don't think we're really going to get something in a week. But you would think in the past few weeks we're probably going to hear something big from Walden. So keep checking NarniaWeb.com, keep checking the news, and we'll have an announcement. And maybe I'll post my thoughts when it comes out. But so very cool. The wheels are turning, even though it doesn't seem like everything's. It still really looks like Uncharted is going to get made. Walden Media is into it, and apparently a few other major studios are as well. And it kind of sucks. Like the day after, I recorded the latest podcast on Friday, and then really posted it on Saturday, and now it's Monday, Martin Luther King Day, and now this huge piece of news comes out just after we recorded a podcast saying, "Ooh, I wonder if it's gonna get made," So, but that's how it goes with this. But so that's it for that. I did want to mention one more thing. I wanted to do this at the end of the last video, but I ran out of time. But Disney may have spoiled a lot of Narnia fans' Christmases by announcing that they were dropping the franchise on Christmas Eve. But as one small comfort was that I got one of the best Christmas presents I've ever gotten. I can honestly say I think for most of my life I've been waiting for them to make this toy. You ready for this? I got a Reapy Cheap plush toy for Christmas. I knew they made one, and I knew I was gonna have to order one eventually. But I've been looking for the stores and couldn't find it, and family surprised me and got me one. And it's Reapy Cheap. See, he's got the feather. It's not just a mouse. See, look, he's got the feather. He's got the rapier. It's Reapy Cheap. His fur is also darker than it is in the movie, which I like because it's a lot darker in the book. And but the sword is kind of useless. It's kind of flimsy, And this is obviously quite a highly coveted item among Narnia fans, and I'm really glad to have it. And I remember reading the books, when I was little and thinking, man, someone's got to make like a Reapy Cheap action figure. I better get a plush toy or something. And here we go. So this is one of the coolest Christmas presents I've ever gotten. And I probably shouldn't grab this tail. I know he wouldn't like that. I'm sure that Reapy Cheap, the character, would be horrified at the idea of a plush toy being made out of him. But nonetheless, here it is, and I'm really glad to have it. So, a lot of hope for Don Shredder. Studios expressing interest. We may have news sometime within the next few weeks. And please go to NarniaWeb, click the DVD Blu-ray link on the left-hand side of the homepage, and then you, go to the commentary, follow the instructions carefully for how to synchronize it, and watch it. And please post feedback on what you think of it. So until then, maybe I'll be posting a video fairly soon talking about this new deal. But wait and see what happens. As usual, further up and further in.